Slowly I will read. I am taking the benefit of person who joined just now, Mr. Rao and anybody else. So we'll read very slowly. Every verse, all these verses are in what is called Anushtup Chandas, 4 lines of 8 aksharas, 8 matras each. So I'll read line by line. Prajapati samah Sriman.
प्रजापतिः समः श्रीमान्
Prajapati samah Sriman.
प्रजापतिः समः श्रीमान्
धाता रिपुनिषूदनः
दाता विपुनिषूदनः
रक्षिता जीवलोकस्य
रक्षिता जीवलोकस्य
धर्मस्य परिरक्षिता.
धर्मस्य परिरक्षिता
We can read slowly. प्रजापतिः समः श्रीमान्
प्रजापतिः समः श्रीमान्
धाता रिपुनिषूदनः.
दाता
शोधनः
Ripu means enemy, control of enemies, one who vanquishes enemies. Ripunishodanaha.
विपुनिषूदनः
शोधनः
रक्षिता जीवलोकस्य.
रक्षिता
जीवलोकस्य
3 words together, it is one phrase, one who protects all the living beings. Rakshita जीवलोकस्य
जीवलोकस्य
धर्मस्य परिरक्षिता.
धर्मस्य
परिरक्षिता
Actually, the meaning is Rakshita Jivalokasya, or and next one Parirakshita Dharmasya. Pari is a sort of a prefix qualifying. That means protecting extremely well, like good and very good. Rakshita, Parirakshita, like good and very good. Here Dharma, he is protecting the Dharma, upholding Dharma. If necessary, by troubling himself, he himself will bow down to Dharma. He will undergo any problems, any torture, any sacrifice for protection of what he calls, what he considers to be righteousness, Dharma. So it's called Dharmasya Parirakshita. And he is protecting all living beings. Not without any discrimination, he protect everybody. Rakshita Jiva Lokasya. Prajapati, as you know, is Lord Brahma himself. Prajapati Samaha, equal to Brahma. Sriman, somebody who is very, very prosperous. We can see the word to word meanings. Prajapati Samaha, equal to Brahma. Sriman, surpassing the entire world in auspiciousness. As we know, Rama is incarnation of Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu, its consort is Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi is known as Sri. Sri is Lakshmi, that is prosperity. So prosperity is always with him. That's why we always call Sri Nivasa, Sri Venkatesha. So with this Sri is always called Sri, equivalent in Tamil will be Tiru, Tirupati, Tiruvallur, Tiruvannamalai. Like the Sri is equal to Tiru. Sripati, Sriman. Then Dhata. Dhata is the one who sustains the entire world. As we know, the Supreme Being has 3 aspects. One is creation, that is Prajapati, Brahma. Second is sustenance. Sustenance is what is done by Dhata. So Dhata means Mahavishnu, sustains the entire world. Ripu Nishudhanaha. Ripu is an enemy. Destroyer of enemies is Ripu Nishudhanaha. Rakshita Jiva Lokasya is one single phrase. Rakshita Jiva Lokasya, protector of all living beings. Parirakshita Dharmasya, protector of the what we call code of morals. In today's language, it is called law abiding, upholding law, allow law to take its own course. So that is what it called. Prajapati Samaha is equal to Brahma. Actually, since he is incarnation of Mahavishnu, and Brahma himself has arisen from, as you know, Nabhi of Mahavishnu. So it's called Padmanabha. From the lotus emanating from the navel of Mahavishnu, Brahma arises. So obviously, he is equal to or surpassing Brahma himself. Prajapati Samaha, equal to. Sriman. Sriman is Mahalakshmi. Sri is Mahalakshmi. Here, Mother Sita is incarnation of Mahalakshmi. Mahavishnu has come as Rama, and Mahalakshmi has incarnated as Sita Devi. So they always they are together. Dhata, sustainer of the entire world. He is protector of the virtuous. If necessary, he will sacrifice all comforts. He does not mind living in the forest. He underwent lot of problems, lot of troubles and tribulations for upholding, for example, dharma, his father's truthfulness. He gave an assurance to his father, I will carry out your word. So for that, he underwent 14 years of Vanavasa, including the last 1 year, it was a real torture when Mother Sita was abducted by Ravana, and the entire problems started from there. Ripu Nishudhanaha, he is a destroyer of enemies. Actually speaking, does Rama have any enemy? Rama is Ajata Shatru. He does not have any enemies. But those who are opposed to Dharma, those who are doing Adharma, he considers his duty to tackle them. That is what he does. Even Tataka, even Shurpanaka, he did not want to harm. But only when they're crossing the limits and troubling Maharshis, only then he had to intervene. In the case of Shurpanaka, he never killed her. He only asked Lakshmana to disfigure her. In spite of she was trying to swallow Mother Sita. In spite of that, he did not kill. So he does not treat anybody as an enemy. Even Ravana, he said, if Ravana repents and seeks refuge, I will give my protection to him. That's what Lord Rama said. But a person who is bent upon creating problems, incorrigibly people will call it, he will punish them. Rakshita Jiva Lokasya, protector of all living beings. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a one very good verse, chapter 5, verse number 29. It says, Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Srudam Sarvabhutanam. That means what? Srudam Sarvabhutanam. He is a friend of everybody. He is a well-wisher of all the living beings. That is what he tells Arjuna. A person who understands me, Gnatva Mam Shantim Ruchati. A person who is able to understand, recognize me as Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Lord of all the worlds, and well-wisher of all the living beings. Srudam Sarvabhutanam. Such a person will get moksha. Next name is Dharmasya Parirakshita, protector of the code of morals. That means he himself will observe all dharmas and all duties. Not that he will preach something and not follow. He will follow what he preaches. Himself observe all dharmas, setting right the lapses in others, try to bring everyone to the dharmic path. He sets an example. He becomes a role model. Actually, they say Rama is a real role model. Here, you have to understand, there is a saying, Krishna is not a role model. Krishna is a Jagat Guru. We should do like what Rama does. But we should never try to do what Krishna does. We should listen to Krishna. You follow Rama, you listen to Krishna. Krishna's advice you take. Don't try to imitate him. He is Jagat Guru. He is something different, not of your level. Whereas Rama has come down to human level. He behaves like a human being. He suffers like a human being. So he is worth emulating. Dharmasya Parirakshita. So all these 6 or 7 qualities are mentioned in one single verse. Let us again read this. Prajapati Samaha Sriman
Prajapati Samah Sri
Dhata Ripu Nishudhanaha Rakshita Jiva Lokasya Dharmasya Parirakshita.
Parirashita
Next verse. Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता.
रक्षितं
It continues in same vein. Rakshita swasya dharmasya
रक्षिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य
स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता.
स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता
वेद वेदांग तत्त्वज्ञः
वेद वेदान्तितत्त्वज्ञः
धनुर्वेदे च निष्ठितः.
धनुर्वेदे च निष्ठितः
रक्षिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य. Again, one single phrase. Protector of his own duties as a king. The greatness of Rama is Rama sacrifices the kingdom, sacrifices the throne, and goes to the forest. In the forest, he is not a king. He is not even a prince. Even then, he follows what is called Kshatriya Dharma. He says, I may not be a king, but king is, say, Bharata today. But I have to ensure that in his kingdom, rule of law is followed. So that is what he does. That's why when anybody comes and seeks his protection, he gives an assurance to them, despite whatever consequences will follow. Because he was trying to protect the sages, all the Rakshasas in Dandakavana became against him. He had no personal quarrel, but they were troubling the sages. So he said, I will protect. It is my duty as a king or a king's representative. Rakshita swasya dharmasya means protector of his own duties of a king. And then he also protects his subjects. That means citizens of the country, of the kingdom, all the people who are living in Ayodhya, he considers a duty to protect them. Rakshita swajanasya, apne log. He considers everybody has his own. Not that swajana means does not mean only narrow family, not wife and children or only brothers. The entire population of the country, he considers them as his own extended family. So he calls them swajanaha. Rakshita swasya dharmasya, rakshita swajanasya. Then Veda Vedanga Tattvagnaha. He is extremely knowledgeable, proficient in the nature of Vedas and all the Vedangas. Similarly, he is an expert in archery. Nishtitaha Dhanurveda. Dhanurveda here is military science of archery. He is an expert in that. Now we can see in greater detail. Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya, protector of his own duties of a king. He observes faithfully and completely all his duties as a king for the welfare of his people, of the subjects, of the citizens. Similarly, he is a protector of his own subjects. So by protecting those who seek his protection, he makes sure that he does not do any partiality. To him, everybody is equal. That is what he does. Rakshita swajanasya. Veda Vedanga Tattvagnaha. As we know, Vedas are 4 in number. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharvana Veda. And then we have what are known as Vedanga. Vedangas are Siksha, Vyakarana, Chanda, Nirukta, Jyotishya, and Kalpa. These 6 are said to be the Vedangas. He is expert in all these things. Then Dhanurvede Nishtitaha. He is accomplished in military science. So Dhanurveda is the science of archery. It is called Upaveda. It is a subsidiary to the Vedas. Upaveda. There are other Upavedas also are there, which we know many of them, like Ayurveda, with which we are familiar. Arthashastra, Kautilya, immediately think of Kautilya. Then Gandharva Veda, it is concerning music, art, dance, etc. So Rama was proficient in all these branches of knowledge. In those days, the princes were expected to learn everything. That's why he was sent initially to Vasishtha. In Vasishtha Ashrama, they went and learned all these arts. It happens with everybody. Similarly, Mahabharata, Pandavas were given all this training from Dronacharya. They learn everything. They become experts in field. That's why we know Arjuna was a proficient dancer. Apart from being a warrior, he was a very good dancer, very good singer. So all these qualities will come because of learning, expertise. रक्षिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य
रक्षिता
पिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य
स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता
स्वजनस्य
स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता
वेद वे वेद वेदांग तत्वज्ञः
वेद
वेदवेदाङ्गतत्त्वज्ञः
धनुर्वेदे च निष्ठितः.
धनुर्वेदे
वेदे च निष्ठितः.
You will notice here in some places it appears as tatvagno, some place tatvagnaha. See, actually, if you read together without break, entire two lines together, then it means tatvagno. Veda vedanga tatvagno dhanurvede cha nishtitaha. If you read. But if you break up to tatvagno, we should not say tatvagna, tatvagnaha. In a continuous read, it will become O akaram will come, otherwise it is single. Now, the next verse. Sarva shastrartha tatvagnaha
सर्वशास्त्रतः
प्रार्थस्त्वज्ञः
smrutiman pratibhanavan
श्रुतिमान् प्रतिभानं
बुद्धिमान् प्रतिभावान्
sarvaloka priyasaduhu
सर्वलोकप्रियः साधुः
adinatma vichakshanaha.
आत्मा विचक्षणः.
Here actually more number of attributes are coming here. Some are getting clubbed together. Like for instance here, Sarvaloka Priyaha is one quality. Sadhuhu is another quality. Both together have come here. So it becomes Sarvaloka Priya Sadhuhu. It is clubbed together. Vichakshanaha is a separate one. In some name, some quality will be long. Sarva Shastrartha Tatvagnaha. You are read together. Whereas Smrutiman is separate. Pratibhanavan is separate. Sarvaloka Priyaha and Sadhuhu. They are two different attributes. Adinatma Vichakshanaha are also two different attributes. We'll first see the meaning separately and come back here. Artha Tattvagnaha Sarva Shastra. Actually, it is combined. Sarva Shastra Artha Tattvagnaha. Shastra Artha becomes Shastrartha. Sarva Shastrartha Tattvagnaha. But when you want to understand the meaning, we read like this. Artha Tattvagnaha Sarva Shastra. That means knower of the true meaning of all scriptures. Because this is very important. We may know lot of scriptures, we may know lot of stotras, but do we know the real meaning of that? We may not. So the Bhagavad Gita is so complex. How many times you read, every time you get a different meaning. There are so many interpretations are there. What is the real meaning? Tattva antadani. So real meaning only experts will know. So Rama was an expert. He knew the true meaning of all the scriptures. So there was absolutely no confusion in his mind whatsoever. So it's called Sarva Shastartha Tattvagnaha. Gnaha means know. Tattva means the real meaning. Real meaning Artha Tattvaha. Sarva Shastra of all scriptures, not only one, of all scriptures. Okay? Then Smrutiman. This is very, very important. Memory should be very strong. Even our day-to-day working, our memory must be very strong. Then only we will be able to implement lot of things. Recall what we learn. Smrutiman means having unfailing, infallible memory. Then Pratibhanavan. He extremely bright conception. Pratibha. We have lots of awards called Pratibha awards are given to students in Telangana, Andhra. Pratibha is excellence. So he was known for excellence in whatever field you want to test him. Then Sarvaloka Priyaha. Not only liked all the people, but all the people also liked him. He liked everybody, but he was also liked by everybody. So he becomes beloved of all people. He loves everybody. People also love him. Sarvaloka Priyaha. And why do they like him? Because he is sadhu. He is courteous, well mannered, courteous even towards opponents. Even for the opponents also, he was extremely courteous. Adhinatma, one who is not disturbed even in extreme grief. Vichakshanaha. Vichakshana is what we call discrimination in English. That means you know the difference between right and wrong, what to do, what not to do, difference between dharma and adharma. If you are able to know this correctly, then you say you have a good sense of discrimination. That's what it says. Doing the right things in the right time. So you can see the meanings which are come in these two paras, two verses. He is a righteous man, knowing all aspects of dharma. He always abides by the truth, always intent on doing good for the people. He is illustrious, full of wisdom, pure in his dealings, and is a man of self-control. He is equal to Prajapati, the Brahma. He is affluent, Sriman, and he is a slayer of enemies, Ripunishudhanaha. He is a protector of all living beings, Rakshita Sarva Lokasya, and strong defender of faith, Dharmasya Parirakshita. All these meanings we are repeating again and again so that we know the exact context. And he is a protector. These verses still are not come. We'll come when we see there. Sarva Shastrartha Tattvajnaha
शास्त्रार्थतत्त्वज्ञः
Krutiman Pratibhanavan
प्रतिभानवान्
Sarvaloka Priya Sadhuhu
लोकप्रियः साधु
Adinatma Vichakshanaha.
आत्मा विचक्षणः
Sarvada Bigataha Sadbhihi.
अभिगतः सद्भिः
Sarvada Bigataha Sadbhihi.
सर्वदाभिगतः सद्भिः
Samudra Iva Sindhubihi.
मुद्र इव सिन्धुभिः
Samudra Iva Sindhubihi.
मुद्र इव सिन्धुभिः
Aryaha Sarva Samaschaiva.
आर्यः सर्वसमः समहत्वैव
Sadaika Priyadarshanaha.
एक प्रियदर्शनः
Now I will read slowly, trying to give the breakup of the words. Sarvada Abhigataha Sadbhihi.
सदाभिगतः सद्भिः
Sarvada Abhigataha Sadbhihi.
अभिगतः सद्भिः
Samudra Iva Sindhubihi.
समुद्र इव सिन्धुभिः
Aryaha Sarva Samaha
आर्यः सर्वसमः
Cha Eva.
स एव
Cha Eva has no other meaning, means also. Cha Eva is also, use also. This is mainly used Chaiva to complete the grammar because 8 letters have to come. In this line, only 4 letters are there, 6 letters are there. To complete that, sometimes 1 letter missing, cha, 2 are required, cha eva, 3 are required, cha eva. Like that poetry, they make the syntax. Sada eka priyadarshanaha. Sada eka priyadarshanaha.
एक प्रियदर्शनः
Sada means always. Sada eka priyadarshanaha.
सदा एक प्रियदर्शनः
Sadaika priyadarshanaha.
प्रियदर्शनः
Sarvada bigataha sadbhihi.
सदाभिगतः सद्भिः
Samudra iva sindhubihi.
इव सिन्धुभिः
Aryaka sarva samaschaiva.
यः सर्वसमहत्वैव
Sadaika priyadarshanaha.
एक प्रियदर्शनः
Samudra iva sindhubihi. Here, actually what we call number of similes are used. Comparisons are used to drive home the point. He says, He is like the sea for the rivers. Samudra is sea. Sindhu. Sindhu means a river. Actually, Sindhu is name of one river also. Indus. Sindhu. So, Sindhu means river. That means he is like the sea to the rivers. What do you understand? Because all the rivers ultimately will go to the sea. Sea is the ultimate destination for the sea. And the ultimate destination for all living beings is Paramatma. That is Vaikunta, Kailasa, Moksha, Kaivalya. So he is like that. He is ultimate destination for everybody. That's the meaning here. To the virtuous persons, Rama is like the sea. The way sea is for the rivers, Rama is similar to virtuous persons. So, like sea is the ultimate destination, Rama is the best destination. Destination means Dhama, Dhamamu. Dhama is best destination. Parandhama, because in Andhra the common name is Parandhamaya. Parandhama is best destination. Another thing is sea is unaffected by the number of rivers and the quantum of waters being discharged into it. Now, for example, the mighty rivers like Ganges, Brahmaputra, or in America, Missouri, Mississippi, Africa, all these huge waters continuously keep on pouring into sea, but sea level does not change. Sea remains undisturbed. So he is like that. Sea is unaffected by the number of rivers and the quantum of waters flowing into it, being discharged into it. So Rama is like this. Rama is unaffected, unperturbed by the number and status of people approaching him. Any number of people go, everybody will get moksha. Not that, no, my quota is over. Today I will take only 10 people. He will never say that. There is no limit there. So he is unlimited. He has capacity, is unlimited. Only thing is, we should give up our pride and arrogance and go with what you call Sharanagata. He is a Sharanagata Vatsala. He has immense love and affection for any person who seeks his protection. That is why he is also called Sadbihi, Sadbihi, Sarvada Abhigataha. Sadbihi means good people, for good persons, virtuous persons. He is always approachable. You can always go to him. You don't need to seek any appointment. If you go with a clean heart, he will never say no. He is easily accessible to all the good people, whether they are big or small, rich or poor, young or old, men or women, no discrimination. He will take care of everybody. Sadbihi sarvada abhigataha. Actually, in Ramayana, Lava-Kush movie, you will see, in all these kings, there is a bell. The huge bell will be there at the entrance of the palace. If anybody has a problem, they can go and ring the bell. And no need, no darwan, no security guard can stop you. No intermediary required. You ring the bell, you want Rama's attention. Rama will immediately give audience and listen to you and take care of you. So that is what is called access. Accessibility is fully there. Aryaha means man of virtue. He is worship worthy by everyone. Sarva samaha cha eva. Cha eva means and also. Sarva samaha. He is having equitable disposition towards all. Rama treats everyone equally. That is what he says. No discrimination. Rich and poor, educated or uneducated, city dweller or a villager, everybody will be taken care of. Even a person who commits a crime, even he is taken care of. He will take care of them. So Rama ensures that no one ever feels neglected or small in his presence. That's why his appearance is itself is delightful. Ramaha meaning is that Rama means one who makes everybody happy. A person who makes everybody happy is called Rama. Always having a delightful countenance. Actually, we see around us the people, some people are pleasant sometimes, not other times. In office, we notice, boss ka mood hai. बॉस का पहले अंदर जाने के पहले, बिफोर गोइंग इनसाइड द रूम वी चेकअप विद द प्यून और पीए, आज साहब का मूड कैसा है. So you don't have to worry about that. He is always present, and he's always present to everybody. Some people are pleasant only to some persons. Their favorites only they are pleasing, but they are not pleasant to every other people. Whereas Rama is not like that. He is pleasant to all the people and all the times. That is what called, that is a Sada Eka Priyadarshanaha. Sadaika Priyadarshanaha. So that is the meaning of this. सर्वदा सर्वदा विगतः सद्भिः
अनाभिगतः सद्भिः
समुद्र इव सिन्धुभिः
समुद्र इव सिन्धुभिः
आर्यः सर्वसमश्चैव
आर्यः
सर्वसम
सदैक प्रियदर्शनः.
सदैव
प्रियदर्शनः.